In the dark room with white curtains, there's a station. Obviously, not. but that the name Dark Room reminded me of the famous song by Cream called White Room, which is not Dark Room, but it's similar enough.
Dark room.
So apparently there's also Victoria there, and Max is undoubtedly going to interrupt me again. Just wait for it. No? Okay.
Is
Fine.
anybody out there? Please help!
I just knew that would happen, right? Also, why does everybody ever try to call for help in the media? Because it never friggin' works. Obviously you're in a bunker, who's gonna hear you except obviously the guy who kidnapped you? That's fine. Let's try talking to Victoria. I feel like she has something to say. Just a hunch.
Victoria, wake up. Wake up.
Just 5 more minutes, Max. Snooze. I'm just kidding. She's obviously under the influence of drugs.
Help! Somebody help me!
This would be a perfect moment for a Curb Your Enthusiasm meme. Like, how did you get yourself in this position? And then it just zooms on her face, and then the pause screen happens, and then you get what I'm saying. It's like, what happened yesterday? Oh right, Chloe got shot. Now I'm here.
Finally, I'm free.
One thing I would like to point out on a more serious note is that her clothes have changed again. And clothes in this game, or at least on Max, have been representative of what she's going through mentally. And in this case, because she has this cicada on her thing that has a skull, I would expect that this would be her clothes of discomfort, if that makes sense, right? Before, where she felt like herself, a little bit unsure, then she changed into Rachel, and of course, into Rachel's clothes, which kind of exempted confidence, and she was becoming a new person, but still not really a unique person. Now she's just stuck in a very bad position, right? Clothes reflect what she's feeling in.
You have to find a way out of here.
Yes, it's true. We will find a way out of here. Just let me finish talking about the motifs of this game, and then we'll get out of here. I promise. Okay? Can you spare me a second? So yeah, that's. I think I just wanted to point it out because I noticed that her clothes in this case represent that she's in a compromised situation, which I guess you could tell without the clothes, but It's nice that they added that little touch, I suppose. Clothes in this game, just in general, do play a big role, especially because they keep kind of getting pointed out. So I think this is one of those themes that needs to be explored a little bit more. I haven't been really paying attention, but I will take a look back just to see if there's something interesting. There's a photo there which we can use to go back.
At myself like that. You'll pay for this, Jefferson.
Obviously, there's something very macabre about the fact that we have to go back into the past in the moment that someone was torturing us under the sedation, right? But still, we'll do our best, won't we?
I hate looking at myself like that.
I wanted to focus on the picture.
Jefferson.
It didn't allow me, though. Oh, there we go. Just needed to look in the right direction.
I promised I would never go back in time like this again. But this is the only way.
Jefferson was like, I just want an innocent... I just want to have an innocent girl I can take pictures of, and what he got was a Time Lord.
Oh, Max. This angle highlights your purity, see? The slightly unconscious model is often the most open and honest. No vanity or posing, just pure expression. Oh, Christ. Look at that perfect face. Hold that stare there! Stay still! Oh, Max! You fucked up my shot! But please don't worry. We have all the time in the world. For now, I knew you were special the second I saw your first selfie. Yes, I still hate that word. But I love the purity of your own image. Not like Rachel, who was always looking in the wrong places. Poor Rachel. Wait. Let me try this angle. Don't move! Much better. Thanks, Max. If only Nathan could see this setup. He tried so hard. But you can't just throw a few subjects around and expect a cohesive style or theme. But he had an eye for shadows, and an eye for a whole lot more, as his elite family will find out, along with Arcadia Bay. Nice. Good. Oh, those eyes. It's just too bad you're so goddamn nosy, Max. But this room is under 24/7 surveillance, so all I had to do was text you from Nathan's phone, and you fell right into my hands. You really should have focused on schoolwork, not private detecting with your little friend.
Chloe.
Chloe, right. Yeah, I'm sorry that that Nathan killed her in self-defense. But she had a troubled history like most Arcadia Bay dropouts. Nobody will be surprised or care. Though I promise, people will care when you die tonight, Max. I wasn't lying when I said you have a gift. Okay. Now this looks good. Maybe a few more close-ups. Max, please do not move so much. I need you posed and framed my way. Maybe a new dose will calm you down.
No.
Now don't move or this will hurt much. Stupid bitch! You just don't listen, do you? In fact, you never did hear much in my class. If you had, you might have seen all this coming. God damn, you are a fighter, though. I've had my eye on you, and I've noticed that you've been more fearless this week than maybe your whole life.
No.
Remember my #1 rule. Always take the shot.
Guys, I think that Jefferson might be a little bit unhinged. It's just a hunch I'm having. I don't want to judge a person based on his actions alone. But at this point, I feel like he's out there to try and hurt Max. And other girls as well. Maybe other people. It's probably not related to girls at all, you know. I don't want to impose anything on this guy. Obviously, he's crazy. We don't have to get about this. Hey, Victoria. Did you have a nice nap? Let's try talking to her again. Maybe she has something to say now.
Victoria. Hey, Victoria. It's Max. Can you hear me?
Max. Oh God. Where are we? Oh, what's happening?
You've been drugged like Kate. And me. Do you remember how you got here?
No, I don't know. Wait, you warned about Nathan. Then I went to Jefferson for help and he was acting so weird. That's the last thing I remember. And I can't move my hands. Help me, Max. Please, I'm sorry for everything.
Listen carefully. Mark Jefferson kidnapped us. He's using Nathan as well. Jefferson is very dangerous, so we have to get out of here before he comes back.
Max, I just can't believe this is real. I don't want to die like this. I'm only 18.
All the voice actors are doing a really good job, and seeing Victoria in such a position after we've been used to her being this megalomaniac throughout the rest of the 4 episodes is really is a huge contrast, and I do like what they did here. I mean, obviously the entire scenario is a little bit dark and a little bit upsetting, but I like the juxtaposition they did with Victoria, and I like that she was the one to get kidnapped and not someone else. Like, for example, if Kate was to get kidnapped there, I don't think it would work as well as Victoria, just because you get to see her in that difference of power, right? So do we have a plan? I don't have a plan. Shh, won't really help anyone. So let's try to comfort her. Let's try to comfort her. That word still haunts me 5 episodes in, but that's fine.
Just hold on, Victoria. Nobody is gonna die. Anymore.
Max, what's going on? I thought you said Nathan was dangerous, but it was actually Mark? Mr. Jefferson?
I was wrong. I should have known that Nathan couldn't do all this on his own.
Do what? What's going to happen to us? Oh, please get us out of here.
I'm not going to let that asshole get away with this. I need you to be strong. I can't do this alone. We need to act while we're clear-headed. If he doses us again, we'll forget everything.
I'm not strong, Max. Look at me. Look what I did to Kate Marsh. Now she's in the hospital, and I'm here.
One thing to notice here, at least one detail I would like to point out again, is the fact that Victoria keeps saying get us out of here, but when she's talking about the things she did wrong, she uses I. So I think it goes to show that Victoria is a little bit better of a person than the game led us to believe early on, just because now that she's in crisis, the actual true Victoria is coming out, right? We're both here, we'll see her again. Again, let's try to comfort her. Okay, let's just go through that strategy. She needs it right now.
Kate wants us to get the hell out of here. And then we can both go see her again. Okay?
I'd do anything to see Kate once more. Just to tell her I'm sorry.
Victoria, we will find a way to escape. I promise.
Max, I believe you.
Well, thank you for believing me, but belief alone won't really do us much harm. I mean, not harm, much good in this situation. What I really need to do is look at some photos. Just a second.
Whoa. I'm definitely more awake in this photo. I could try this one.
Can you imagine that, though? Just going back into your past when you were tortured or when you were in a very compromised position, just reliving those moments. Like, she doesn't remember what happened now, but when we go back, that memory will be imprinted into us forever. So in a sense, it's like reliving your own nightmare again and again. It's kind of messed up, mate.
This might work. Please work.
I don't see why it wouldn't work. We just need to focus and go back in the past. Samurai Jack, blah blah. Wait. This is really fun to do. Like, focus on the picture, but it does take a little bit of finagling.
I'm getting some spectacular images here, Max.
Well, I'm glad that I can
Yes,
help Jefferson.
Victoria would kill to be in your place, but she doesn't understand our connection. You're the
Oh, you
one
mean
Max.
Morphin? Is that our
I
connection?
choose you.
Because that's the only reason I'm here right now.
Fuck you.
If I'm honest.
You're trying too hard. I know you're scared. You all have the same doe-eyed look when you wake up here, replaced by fear as you realize what's about to happen.
Mr. Jefferson, why are you doing this?
Oh, Max, I'm so glad you asked that question. Simply put, I'm obsessed with the idea of capturing that moment innocence evolves into corruption. That shift from black to white to gray and beyond. Most models are cynical. They lose that naivete. However, some Blackwell students carry their hope and optimism with them like an aura. And those lucky few become my models. My subjects.
Yes. You're a psychopath. And this is your last session.
Au contraire, Max. I'm so sane that nobody knows what's happening to you right now.
That is not a
As you
proof
can
of
see,
sanity, Jefferson.
Sleeping Beauty here is
In fact,
too
that might be
harsh for
proof
my
that you are
gentle
not
lens.
sane.
And don't get me started on your late partner. I had enough of those faux punk sluts in my Seattle days.
You killed Chloe? Go to hell. I mean, we're just gonna cuss at him. That's gonna be our strategy, just yell obscenities at him. Maybe that'll work. We can't do
to
much
hell.
more. Let's just
You
decompress, I
will
guess.
for everybody you've hurt.
Unlike pure sweet Kate Marsh, I don't believe in that bullshit. She could have been my masterpiece. The world is what an artist makes it. And my muse...
Blah, blah, blah. God, I hate your voice now.
You might as well savor it, considering it's the last you'll hear. Oh. That struck a nerve. Your face changed color. Beautiful.
You will not get away with this. I want you to know that.
Too bad you already made a convincing argument against Nathan in the principal's office. Thank you so much for setting him up for me. I do know that the Prescotts are going to have a major scandal when the town finds out what their elite son has been doing for homework.
You use Nathan, he's as sick as you. I mean, he is sick, obviously, but I don't think he's intentionally maliciously sick. Sure, he does have some diseases which make him dangerous to be around and that have to be treated, but in nature he's not evil, right? So I think because of that, I would rather say that he used Nathan as opposed to just saying that he's sick. He is sick, he just needs treatment, whereas Jefferson probably needs treatment and a bullet to the head. So, you know, there's that balancing factor that we have to consider.
You used Nathan.
I prefer the term manipulated. Like with an image. Nathan's was easy to twist around. I became a sort of father figure for Nathan. It happens often in teacher-student relationships. It was kind of touching for a while.
Did you tell him everything about your plans at Blackwell?
Don't be stupid, Max. I told him what he needed to hear. In return, I had access to the Prescott fortune. Who do you think paid for this glorious darkroom and equipment? How else could I get all these hip new drugs for my subjects?
Rachel Amber was your victim, not your subject.
Rachel Amber. That's the real tragedy. Nathan thought he could be an artist like me. Instead, the dumbass gave her an overdose.
Why Rachel?
I don't have time to tell you everything. But she was special. A human chameleon, so many visual possibilities. We had a real connection.
Did she let you take pictures of her?
Rachel was in love with me. That's not my ego. Just look at our sessions. Not that I'll let you. Nobody loved having their picture taken more. Anyway, Rachel is dead. But no tears. Los Angeles would have killed her anyway, so look at this as a favor.
You're evil.
Oh, I see. You're good because you stopped your friend from beating Nathan up.
I cared more about Nathan than you did.
No, you didn't. It's just too bad that he fell in lust with Rachel. He actually thought he could mimic what I do with the camera and subject, like father, but not like son.
Where is Nathan now?
Dead and buried. After what he did to Rachel, I knew I couldn't keep him as a protege for much longer. Now the police will never find his body. Do you finally get it now, Max? I can't compromise my vision with amateurs.
You are an amateur. Look at the trail of death you left behind. You can't blame all this on Nathan. I don't care what you do to me. You're gonna die, motherfucker. for Chloe.
She really
and
channeled her
Rachel
inner
and
Samuel L.
everybody
Jackson
else.
there. I
I
appreciate
do
that
love
so
your
much.
spirit, Max, but you brought yourself here by your own choice. Anyway, I like my models to be seen and not heard, so I have to make sure there's nothing left behind of you. Okay. Now, let's see how these shots came out. I can see why your instant camera is so appealing. You don't need a computer to print your work out.
We need to social engineer the fuck out of him. This is the most important social engineering quest of our lifetime. Journal?
I have all those photos in my diary. This could be a way out.
This
It's fine. We're conscious, which means we can do what we do best, and that is manipulate people.
Wait! Please, Mr. Jefferson.
Max, I would love to talk shop, but I really need to go over these pictures. Especially
I mean, I'm sorry you're so busy right now, but since I'm about to die, can you just give me a moment
career high for
to
me.
reflect on life? My diary, show me the photos, let me go, what you're going to do. My diary? I guess.
You still have my diary.
Don't worry. Nobody's going to read it. Thanks for reminding me. There's nothing more innocent than a teenager's diary. Oh, look at your selfies.
Please, I would
What a
like
waste
to.
of talent.
I want to
Look
look
at
at my
that shot,
thank you
Max.
so much.
You can do so much better.
Jefferson, I only have one thing to say. Right now, this is enough. He's not aware of what is about to happen. He's like, why is she staring at a photo like that? Suddenly, this Max is gonna be replaced by another zombie-less Max who will actually not know what's happening. This is one thing that gets me. Let me say this before we focus on the photo. Every time we go back into the past, we leave behind a copy of ourselves, which is not the same as us, so it doesn't have the same memories, etc. Right? So it's like every time we go back in the past, we're leaving one Max to die, which I'm sorry about, but that's fine. Don't worry about it too much.
I could frame any one of you in a dark corner and capture you in a moment of desperation. Shh. I believe Max has taken what you kids call a selfie. A dumb
I'm
word
back.
for a wonderful photographic
Right
treat.
back where I started this insane week. And
Of
nobody
course,
is going to
as
hurt
you all
Chloe
know,
ever
the photo
again.
portrait has been popular since the early 1800s. Your generation was not the first to use images for selfie expression. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The point remains that the portraiture has always been a vital aspect of art and photography for as long as it's been around. Now, Max, since you've captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
Go fuck yourself. No, that doesn't work. The Garion process, a real visionary, or who cares? Let's be sassy to the max. We know he's the bad guy. We can afford to.
Who cares? This class is hella bullshit.
Pretend you
Roasted!
didn't say that, and let you try to answer one more.
Sorry, there's no time left. I mean, your class is almost over.
Oh. Well,
Everybody's
Thanks for
like,
the warning,
what
Max."
happened to Max? She's become a friggin'
the Garion
Terminator.
process made portraiture quite popular, mainly because it gave the subjects clear defined features. You can learn more when you finish reading the assigned chapters. Clearly, Max doesn't have the time. And guys, don't forget the deadline to submit a photo in the Everyday Heroes
to change time.
The winner to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the
First, let's make it real easy to capture Mark Jefferson.
And Alyssa, get it together. Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry too. And yes, Max, I see you pretending not to see me.
Bastard.
I love that internal monologue. Like everything about Max, like every single cell of her body hates Jefferson right now. What we need to do is message someone, I guess.
I should be able to track down David's number
Right,
from
we
the
need
school
David.
may have found you.
Mark Jefferson, wait. We need to read this. After blazing a trail in the world of 1990s style and fashion photography, Mark Jefferson always knew he wanted to share his vision and inspire others. Wow, what a hero. In the late 2000s, he took a well-publicized detour into teaching around the country, inevitably ending up in a permanent position at the Blackwell Academy. Mr. Jefferson's classes on art and photography are some of the most popular in the school's rich history, and his students will certainly go to inspire others with their own vision. That is the most generic thing you read in these pamphlets. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Security, David Madsen. There we go. I guess that's it. Let's take our cell phone and warn David.
I'm praying you'll overreact to this as much as everything else.
I am a girl you do not know.
Jefferson down fast.
I have one vital piece of information for you. Do not panic. Stay in your room. Do not move. Mr. Mark Jefferson is dangerous. Eliminate him.
You wanted me to enter the contest, asshole. So maybe I'll be going to San Francisco. And Jefferson, you'll be going to prison.
So I'm not really sure how entering the photo now is really gonna do something.
Am I pushing myself too hard?
I mean, honestly, Max, it sounds like there's a notebook on how to use these things,
It doesn't
right?
matter what happens to me. I have to save Chloe.
I guess we have enough time just to explore a little bit.
Victoria, it's nice to know how you really feel.
My phone is dead and I'm bored. Time to bust out my posy. Why did I give up the word for the image? Because I suck. But Mark Jefferson rules. Everybody in here loves him, but he only seems to care about Meg C. I want to hate her, but she wouldn't care. Envy is a sin, Vic. Get over yourself. That's nice. She's jealous of Meg. How can you be jealous of Max? I mean, no, I get it.
I'm happy to fix it, so you'll be here to get your fancy camera, Victoria.
Great. I really like how her demeanor changed, because the first time you get to her, it's like, oh, this is an expensive camera. Victoria is a bad person because she has a lot of money. But now she's like, I hope it happens. Let's comfort. Why is that word so hard? Comfort her. I know how to say it.
Hi, Kate.
Oh, hey, Max.
Kate,
Can you just hug
Listen
her?
to
Just
me.
please hug her or something.
I am.
always remember that you're not alone. I've got your back no matter what happens. So do a lot of other people. We all care. We're all here for you. You need to know that.
Max, that makes me feel so blessed for the first time this week. I don't know what to say.
That's okay. Neither do I. Maybe we could both use a hug.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. This happens so much in media and it annoys the hell out of me. It's like
You
there's a
always
very
know the
touching
right
moment
thing to
and they
do.
don't hug. I'm not saying that we should hug at all or ever. I'm not really like a super huggy type person, at least not with strangers or people I don't know very well. But if someone is about to like kill themselves, I'm gonna freaking hug them. There's like a photo of Kate in the past, within the past. Will that get transferred into the future? I feel like that not. Unless maybe we keep it in the pocket. Hey Kate, by the way, we're also blessed to have you. By the way, just let me take a snapshot of you. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, Rachel. I'm sorry.
Hello Jefferson, I have 2 things to say to you. I'm not sure. Go to hell? That's
Mr.
3
Jefferson?
things.
We need to talk.
Can you see I'm talking to Mr. Jefferson now?
Yes, I see. But maybe you shouldn't.
And why not?
Hold on, Victoria. Are you okay, Max?
I will be when Victoria understands that hiding behind a screen, posting videos of people is incredibly cruel and unfair. You're smart enough to know how easy it is to hurt somebody, to destroy their life. I just want you to think about how much it would hurt if somebody did that to you.
In fact, someone
You can
already
always
did.
make the right choice, Victoria. I know you've got a good heart. I've seen it.
Listen, I didn't...
You don't have to explain.
If everybody
There's no
had
reason
this
for you to be
no-nonsense
so
attitude that
insecure
Max
that
is
you
having
can't
right
be
now,
happy
I
with your own
honestly think the
talent.
world would be a little
Wouldn't it
bit
be
of a
better to
better of a
lift
place.
people
A
up
little
than
less
bring them
interesting,
down?
sure, but definitely
could
a little
inspire
bit
people.
better.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now. Do I, Mr. Jefferson?
I think I should stay out of this one, Victoria.
Then I guess I'm done talking.
And that's okay too.
Victoria shuts up for the first time.
That was kind of random, Max. What did you mean?
Here's my photograph for the Everyday Heroes contest.
Oh, that was easy.
No. It wasn't easy at all.
Well,
It's true.
I can't.
We had to go
judge
back
yet,
in
but
the
I'm
past,
very
within the past, to deliver this
happy
photo.
you decided to enter. That means a lot to me. And Blackwell. The first step for any artist is to put themselves out there in the world without fear. To be innocent.
Or guilty.
Well, thanks for the photo, and maybe both of us will be jet-setting to San Francisco this Friday.
Or maybe only one of us will be going.
Don't be so modest, Max. Anything can happen in a week.
I didn't
As
mean
you are
you,
going to
Jefferson.
find out,
I
Mr.
meant
Jefferson.
myself. That was almost a wink moment when she looks at the camera and she goes like, "We got him, boys. Lock him up. Cuff him. The police is here." No, I love this game, man. It has an appropriate amount of serious themes and an appropriate amount of very unserious themes. Like, this entire interaction is almost slightly comedic to me. Not because, I mean, sure, it's serious, it has a lot of important details, and of course it has power behind it, but just the idea of it, just going back to the past, to knowing that someone is a really bad guy, is just great, because then we can just outsass him in all the ways imaginable. In some sense, that's what we want to do at any point in our lives. Like, whenever someone hurts us or someone decides to hurt us, we always think of a good comeback, and we wish that we were there to actually say it, but we don't have that power, but Max does, so it's nice to relive that experience to her, if nothing else, at least, right? A lot of things change. Do we really need so many photos and so many examples? Yeah, we get it. It's different. Max won. He's in prison. Chloe didn't die. Rachel, they found her body.
Whoa!
This is all great. We're in an airplane.
Okay. You're okay, Max. You're safe. On a plane.
One thing
I
to
hope I
consider
did
here,
everything
we're
right
in the
this time.
present, right? Or supposedly in the present, but there's still that aura around us, like we're back in the past. So it feels like something's not right. I think that this
Good
is...
work, David.
The atmosphere they set in this game is usually very good, and I think this is a very good indication that while things seem okay, something underneath the surface just isn't okay. It just feels too positive, I suppose.
Oh, you're alive.
Life is never this simple.
Oh, you're alive. I did it. I fixed everything.
Oh yeah,
Closer.
everything. And then next year, Trump gets elected president. Damn it. I fixed everything but the one thing. Let's not get political here for any moment, right? I'm not saying anything against Trump. I'm just saying that he's been a very controversial personality in the past. In the past 2 years that he's been a president. That's all I'm saying, right? And nothing else. It's the hot dog man. This is how we know it's the wrong timeline. Oh my freak! I hate the hot dog man. I didn't know he actually appeared in both Captain Spirit and in this game, but now this is confirmation that he is the real Time Lord. The hot dog man is what makes this world messed up. The hot dog man is everything wrong with this world. I don't like the hot dog
San
man.
Francisco.
It's a cursed
I'm
image.
so stressed, but I'm so excited too.
Well, my favorite thing is that Max doesn't know that any of this happened, right? She doesn't know why she's on the plane with him. I mean, of course she can deduce it, but she doesn't remember it.
I have to admit, I love being called an artist.
Oh, that's it. I thought there was something more to read there.
The beginning of the end for Jefferson and the Prescotts.
I'm not really gonna read all of this. They found a darkroom studio. He got into prison. There's still an eco havoc, so the nature is still messed up. So some things are good, some things are bad, or at least some things are the same as before. Hot dog man. I want to look at the hot dog man. Do I have to? Fine.
Please fasten your seat and stow any electronic
I didn't have to look at the hot
materials
dog, man.
on the ground
Thank you,
and
plane.
at the gate. Thank you. We're starting our descent in a few minutes. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco with clear skies and cool 60 degrees. We hope you enjoyed your trip, and we thank you very much for choosing Pacific West Air. Come fly with us anytime.
I don't think so. I'm hoping these airline seats get smaller so I won't have to fly at all anymore.
I think it's not the seats getting smaller, I think it's you getting bigger. But that might just be my imagination.
How did you sleep?
Hope I wasn't snoring out loud, Max.
Just a bit.
It's been a tough week at Blackwell. So I hope you'll forgive me. Between Mr. Jefferson and Prescott's, things have been hectic, to say the least.
I totally get it, Principal Wells.
That's a smart way of telling me to stop whining. We are proud of you for representing Blackwell at the Everyday Heroes contest. I know I'm not exactly the guide you wanted in San Francisco, but we all want you to have a great experience here.
I already am, and we're not even there. Oh, Christ. Another nosebleed? Max, you're not just screwing around with time.
Yes, you're giving yourself minor bleeds in your nose. Do you know how dangerous that can be? If you're bleeding for more than 5 hours out of your nose, you might start feeling a little bit dizzy. That's not a fortune that anybody deserves or can handle. That's just too much for your body to take.
San Francisco is so cool. And this gallery is huge.
So is the buffet. If an event skimps on the food, you know it's a bad event.
As long as I don't have to eat any caviar.
This is your day, Max. You can do whatever you want. I hope you take advantage of your status and talk to as many influential people here as possible. Work the room.
I don't know. I feel so weird, like I'm a little kid hanging with the adults.
Max, after this week, you are certainly not a little kid anymore. In fact, you're a noteworthy adult being honored by your peers. Now you have to start acting like the photographer you want to be. Hell, I wanted to be in charge of a big school someday. So I started taking charge of things when I was young. Ask my poor classmates. Max, I'm gonna eat up that caviar so you don't have to. Better get in there and start schmoozing. You know, I won't always be here to take charge. But you come talk to me whenever you want.
Come on, Max. After everything that's happened, this should be the least scary thing you've ever done.
Since I know that this episode is...
Max,
Again.
you did it.
Max!
Somehow.
I thought we had a thing, and you keep interrupting me.
To this gallery.
That's nice.
I've been through so many realities in one week. Life is weird.
Yeah, you wanted to say it, didn't you, huh? Sometimes the developers just can't help themselves, and this is one of those times. But what I wanted to say is that, because I knew that this episode is very jam-packed, like, things happen right after another, so there's really not a good place to end it. So I'm just gonna pick up spots that are scene changes, even though they might not be, like, the best thematic end of the episode. But I'm gonna end the episodes here. I'm gonna go into the next episode. We're gonna explore the gallery and just see what happens beyond that, because
Be cool, Max.
it's messed up.
Smile and don't say anything stupid.
Just another thing I want to note before I finish is, again, note that she has different clothes. It relates to what I said before. Clothes very much reflect in what stage she is like a person. And again, just think about it, you know. She's dressed like an adult. She has this dream catcher. She's, again, a Max at this point. she's a more adult version of Max, but it still feels like it's not the Max that she has to be. And another implications of this all happening is that even if she goes back in the past and different things happen, or at least there's a different outcome and she doesn't go back here, at least she'll keep this memory. And I think that's a very, very nice sentiment just to think about. Because in this timeline, she deserved it. She went here very fairly, very honestly. It's not like they exemplified her just because, I don't know, she took Jefferson away. But they picked her because, you know, apparently she had the best picture, and that is her achievement. So she keeps this memory as her achievement, even if it doesn't happen in her timeline. I think, again, that's something to keep in mind. So, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.